So last night I was thinking about what I say on this channel quite often. I'm always saying I want to share with you the things that I'm doing to be the best I can be for the most important thing in my life, which is my family. And I believe I do that. But I think what I want to do more of is share with you the day-to-day grind that I'm going through. I am training for a marathon. Do I consider myself to be anything special or anything beyond normal, anything great, anything exceptional? No, but I think I can get there. And I think with that daily grind, and I think with showing you and sharing with you my passion for being the best that I can be, I can get there. So that's the goal. That's the goal of this channel, is to share with you my journey through this marathon prep and through everything else that I do. You're going to see lots of stuff around my family. You're going to see lots of stuff around my day-to-day grind to be the best that I can be. Right now, that focus, pretty large piece of that focus, is a marathon coming up in May, my first ever marathon. So I want to take you along for the ride, and I'm really refocused on exactly what that means to me and how I'm going to get there. So today is the grind. The grind starts now. All right, guys, so it is just shy of 5:30 in the morning. I'm about to go on a run. It's about 8K this morning. What I want to talk about just for a few minutes when I get back from my run is what I do to prepare for a cold run. Not so much what I'm wearing. I can do more of that in another video, but more of just what I do in terms of mentally. How do I prepare? How do I get myself up out of bed knowing that it's going to be pretty cold out there? All right, so I'm back in the car. That was actually a pretty cold run, but it was good. It was great. I'm going to get home, warm up, and I'll chat with you in a bit. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. That was a pretty quick run. I didn't get a whole lot of footage in because it was so cold. My GoPro, the batteries actually died pretty quick. Even when I went to replace the batteries, that died pretty quick, so I didn't really get any footage, and it was pretty dark anyway, so it wasn't great. But what I wanted to talk about and what had me thinking about making this video was it really wasn't that difficult to get up and go for that run. Now, I talked about the grind at the beginning of this video, and I want to talk about just the couple of things that I think about, the couple of big things that I think about. They're pretty simple, but gets me out of bed, gets me to go for that run, gets me to be okay with the grind. Now, I love the idea of getting up early and going for a run, but that doesn't mean that it's easy. It doesn't mean that it's ever going to be easy. And also, just to give you an idea of exactly where I'm at in terms of my running, that run that I was going on was about a 10-minute per mile, and it was 5 miles, about 8 kilometers for my Canadian friends like me. But it wasn't too hard, and it was really building up the aerobic base. And I felt that that was a pretty good run, given the fact that it's icy and it's snowy out there and where I'm at in my training block. But that's how the run went this morning. But getting back to how I prepare for the grind. Number one, first and foremost, is be prepared. Now, this seems really simple, but what I mean by this is make sure that you have everything ready the night before. Don't just have it stuffed in the closet somewhere. Have it out and ready. Think if you're missing anything, is there anything you need? Because what happens to me, especially on something like this, let's just say I get up and I don't have my gloves. And I look in a closet here or a tote there and I can't find my gloves. Every time that I spend an extra minute looking for something, the clock's ticking, I've got other things I need to do, and I also start to think about the idea, you know what, let's just bag it for the day, let's not go on this run, we've got other things to do, it's really cold out, it doesn't really matter if we do this one little base run today or not. And doing that, or thinking that way, or thinking about those things, you can kind of cut those out if you're prepared. If I get up, keep it pretty automatic, throw my stuff on, have my coffee, get out the door, go for the run. It's over before you know it. And I find once I get out there and actually start my run, I'm really enjoying myself. It's that few minutes when I'm getting ready for it, if I just decrease the number of barriers, and the best way to do that is just to have all of your clothes ready for the run. So before I get into the second part of this, talking about the grind of getting up early and what I do and what I think about to help me get up early and do those runs, whether it's long or short runs or whatever the workout might be. If you are liking this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you think you're going to get value out of my channel, value out of what I'm able to share, I want to bring you along for the journey, and this is how I'm going to do it. And also, if you have any comments in the comment section down below, if you just want to share where you're at in your journey, your running journey, your workout journey, any of that stuff, it'll be super helpful to me. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification so you get notified when I put out something new. Let's get back to the second part of this video. Okay, so the second part of this, or the second tip I have here, some people are not going to want to hear, but it really is getting used to that grind. I've been getting up super early for a long time to go work out, whether that's going to the gym or going for a run, so it's built in pretty automatic for me. Whether I set my alarm or not, I usually wake up between 4 and 4:30 in the morning. That's not a brag, that's just when my clock wakes me up. Regardless of what time I go to bed, I'm waking up between 4 and 4:30. If I happen to make it 4:30 and my alarm goes off, regardless of what time I lean up and pop out of bed, I get straight out of bed. I don't sit there, hit the snooze button. I don't do any of that. I just find I need to get up, get going, don't even think about it. And that's probably the second biggest tip for me, is just go with it. Go with that grind, accept the grind, accept that things are not going to be great, embrace the suck. And before you know it, you get out there for the run and things are awesome. Things are actually pretty good and you're happy that you went out there and did it. And on that note of creating that habit, they do say, some people say that it says 30 days, some people say 60 days, 90, whatever it is. But I do know that from day to day, it gets a little bit easier. Is it ever going to be easy to get up at 4:30 in the morning and go for a run? No. But I think as the weeks go on, the months go on, you can build up this habit. And once it becomes habit, you might not want to call it easy. You might not be able to call it easy, but at least you get up and you do the run and you don't really think about it. So that was it. I know this was a very short video, but I did just want to share with you how I prepare for the grind, the getting up super early, even in that cold weather, and going out and going for those runs. I've got my marathon coming up in May, and I think things are going really well. I want to share with you all of these things, so if you think you're going to want to follow me along, whether you're doing your first marathon or your 50th marathon, and you want to put a comment in the comment section down below if you have any suggestions for me. But if you do want to follow along on my journey, and hopefully we can make this a little bit of a conversation, put a comment in the comment section down below, like the video, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you get notified every time I put out a new video. My name is Matt, and this is What Matters to Matt, and I will see you in the next one.